Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle. And do you recognize this place? I'm joking, of course you recognize this place. The best XP farm for years. But is it some kind of old news now? Is it outdated? No Westec anymore? Is Westec going to be forgotten now? And surprise, surprise, who broke the new method? Who bring us the new method of experience farming? Mr. Westec. And no, it's not attack on Mr. Westec. It's amazing YouTuber. But yeah, it's just hilarious that Mr. Westec is producing a new experience farming method than farming Westec. I think he can just rebrand himself to Mr. Overgrown now. But my point is, to the point of this video, is the new method actually better than Westec? And Mr. Westec video linked in the pinned comment if you want to check it out. But what is the new method? The new method is farming of Overgrown inside Expedition. There are some extra steps required to prepare, but you only need to do it once. So first, the sample from Westec, how much experience I'm getting here. So inside the Westec, I made a lot of guides, so you know what you do here. Depend on the method used, but at this moment I have 1700 experience. That's solo. I could easily have more with a teammate for a single kill, but there is a reason I'm doing it solo. The new method with Overgrown, it's hard to pull with random teammates, and I will tell you why. So the new method requires Expedition to Atlantic City, and the first one, tax evasion. You are doing it inside this expedition. And as I said, it's extra hassle on the beginning, as you need to do the initial quest and you need to roll a correct quest inside the casino. The specific quest you are looking for is Overgrown and collecting evidence. So now I'm doing the first quest, as I don't know what will be the second one. I need to complete first one to see if I get a correct second one. And unfortunately I rolled purge the accounting records from the terminals. That's not the quest I am looking for. So I will need to restart or finish and start over. And wow, I'm unlucky. But finally, that's the quest you need. Loot the evidence from the Overgrown. That's the quest we need. And I'm unlucky because I spent like an hour trying to roll it, like 7 restarts or so. Terrible experience, but now I have it. So the fastest way is actually through this shaft. You can jump down. You do need a lockpick for that, or you can go longer way. You have markers, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find a place. Here you open this door, access this terminal. You do everything like you would follow the quest, but not quite. You don't want to loot the evidence. That's what the method is about. So you cannot loot this evidence from them. You only kill them. Now, how much experience am I getting for that? I'm getting the same experience. Okay, one of my buffs expired, so that's why a little bit less. This took the same experience as for the super mutant, even though it's expedition, which means normally I would expect lower experience. Okay, so maybe it is true. Okay, let's see how's the... Oops. Should be more careful. Oh, you respawn in here, so that's not bad. Let's see how do they respawn. What's the respawn rate for those Overgrown? Definitely a tanky build would be advised. Vampire weapons. I do have vampire weapon, but it does look like it can be a little bit not enough. As you can see, they do drop this evidence. My health is too high, that's why I'm not getting full experience. Still getting a lot of experience. Need to drop my health a little bit before all my buffs expire. But I have like no opportunity to do so. Okay, the spawns are indeed insane. Like I have no opportunity to even stop for a second. At least early on. Let's see if those will slow down. Okay, it slows down a little bit. Rat stack meat for rats. Okay, I need blocker. You need blocker for that. Okay, Overgrowns are back. Okay, 1700. Yes, it's exactly the same amount of experience as you would get from super mutants. It's not reduced. mostly when you do daily ops or expedition, enemy experience is reduced. Those guys are not. And now how is the respawn rate? It does look like respawn rate is very solid. Could probably even run it with Nuka grenades and keep them respawning too all the time. Okay, it is... I was expecting that I will make this video and I will say, yeah, it's close to Westek, but not as good, but at least solo, it will be certainly better. There is some setup, but solo you don't need to wait outside. Okay, I killed them all. How long do I wait now for more? Oh, there is already more. Okay, so I wait like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and another wave come in after I clear them all. So it's continuous. That's faster than farming super mutants. The only way faster than that, like, there will be a Westek farm that will be faster. That's what we were doing on Twitch early in this season, when we were going into Westek as a group with Nuka grenades when people were tagging. And then I was killing with the final grenade. And then we were going out and repeat by changing the leader, so there was no waiting. But here you can do almost the same, but solo. There is 10 seconds between waves if you clear them fast. So you need to clear them fast. There is only 10-second wait time between waves. And waves are big. As long as you don't loot. As they drop this evidence, after you gather evidence, they will stop respawning. So you cannot loot them. And the amount of experience is better than solo Westek. Only Westek as a team with Nuka grenades can compete, as those per kill experience is the same as Super Mutant level 100 at Westek. And you don't need to go anywhere outside. You can stay inside. They do hit quite hard, more than Super Mutants, so we need to keep that into account. That's the only downside, I think. They do strike harder than Super Mutants do. So you should take that into account if you plan this method. Super Mutants are softies compared to those overgrown guys. And yes, this build is not the most tanky. It's my experience farming build. But I wasn't dying with this build versus Super Mutants at all. And here I needed to add more perks to survive overgrown. And I'm running vampire weapon. So the healing I'm getting is insane. We're having like 20 or so per wave spawning. 20 of them every half a minute. Yeah, that's a lot. That's better than Westek for a solo farm. Or if you have a friend, even better. You just need to have a friend that is aware that they cannot loot this evidence. If someone loots this evidence, it's over. And you need to restart. And restarting is not easy, as you need to run expedition many times and keep restarting until you get this specific quest. So this specific quest is not every time. It took me 7 rerolls of the expedition by doing the first mission, then quitting and starting a new one. So that's a lot of effort. But after you start it like that, you can quit. Like if you, let's say you are done for a day. So you go away. Then to rejoin it, it's very important here, is they change the button mapping. So the button mapping is different than it used to be. So don't accidentally reset it. Open expeditions, choose Atlantic City, but don't use the confirm button. Look at the bottom. Resume expedition. On keyboard is T. I don't know which button on controller, but pay attention on the bottom and use this button. Do not start a new one. And all you need to do, of course, after you rejoin, you need to run back to the casino, but that's not a big deal. And as well, you should probably do it from time to time, as accumulation of the dead bodies that you cannot loot, and the loot will eventually crash your game if you don't quit. So depend on your system. Every like 30 minutes, maybe an hour, you need to quit and rejoin. And we are going back in. You need to hack it again if you're rejoining. But here we are. Back in here. You need to open the door, like, you need to repeat the steps. And that's a good thing. As long as you don't collect this evidence, this expedition will be stuck on this phase. So you can keep rejoining and keep farming them like that. And it's nice and clean. Everything is clean. Just don't loot. That's the only rule here. And it is, for solo, better than Westec. It is. I'm surprised I'm even saying that. It is better than Westec. And I'm really happy that we have alternative for the Westec. It is awesome. And you can do it with a team, but it needs to be the team of people that know what you are doing. You cannot use a random team. If you use a random team, someone will collect evidence and it's gone. So that's the problem. And as long as no one collects evidence, you can have it safe forever. As long as you don't start a new expedition, it will be safe. You are free to join other people's expeditions, just not start one yourself. As long as you don't start one yourself, this will keep going. When you pick up the evidence, they will stop respawning. As long as you don't, you're good to go. As you can see, even after some of my buffs expired, it's still 1400 experience. Okay, I don't really need this experience. I will let them be. But that method, I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised. It's so good. It does require some preparation. So be aware, it can take you time. And make sure you don't reset it after you get it. You don't start a new expedition, or this one will be gone. Only join other people's expeditions if you want to keep this one for farming. And that being said, thank you a lot for watching, and let me know what you think. And shout out to Mr. Westec. Awesome finding.